Hello, my name's Rich from Rich on Rails. You've probably seen some of my other videos out on the railway, capturing some of those fantastic moments of steam locomotives, mainly at galas. But in this series of videos, I'm going to be building my very own N-gauge model railway. Using the space behind me, which we will go into in more detail throughout this video, I'm going to be building an industrial N-gauge layout. Using the Pico set track book, I've selected a plan which I have put onto AnyRail and designed ready for building. This is the space that we're going to be using. We're going to have it 4 foot wide by 26 inches deep. This is going to form the base for which the railway will sit on. We've got some additional battens which I'm going to run along the edges of the tables like that, with some shorter ones going along depthways like this to form a raised area. And I'm going to sit the baseboard itself on top. Here we're laying the battens down and measuring them, ready for them to be cut. Making sure that the line is square, popping it into the workbench and giving it a cut. You'll see how that's going to work with the raised area here. We're then going to place the tabletop on top so that you can see how that will look once it's in place. So that's what the entire workable space looks like. We've got 4 foot wide by 26 inches deep. We're going to have an N-gauge industrial layout on this tabletop. I'm not sure if I'm going to have an area here for some switches so that I can operate the points. Haven't quite worked all that out yet. But first of all, what I need to do is get these battens fixed down to the bottom of this table and then fix this top board to them battens to make a secure working area. So here we have our D-clamps. Need to just get these and fix them onto here. Because we've only got 2 of these clamps, we'll have to do them a little bit at a time. But this wood glue is fast drying, so should be stuck down in no time. So while the glue is drying, let's take a look at the layout that we're going to go for. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this is taken from the Pico set track book. It's plan 1C. It's got an outer and an inner loop. It's got a couple of sidings, both down at the bottom here and at the top. So it should make for quite an interesting layout once we make a start. I've purposely left some space off to the left of the layout here because I want to be able to put the controller and some switches to operate the points. But the overall layout I haven't really quite worked out yet. Around about here I'm thinking I'm going to have maybe a shed or something like that, and then in the center bit here is going to be like a work area, maybe a mine, a coal mine or something like that. There's going to be a road, I think, which probably comes in from the top left, in through here and across into the quarry, into the mine over here. But yeah, that's what the basic plan of the layout is at the moment. I've got no idea how wiring works. I've got no idea how model railways work. I've got no idea about any of this stuff. So it's going to be a complete learning curve from start to end. The battens, the 2x2 battens, have been left overnight to glue onto the board. So we can now go ahead and remove these D-clamps.
One of the additional things that I think I need to do before we actually secure the top onto the table is add another brace into the centre, just to prevent the top table from bowing or sagging in the middle. So we'll get another piece of 2x2 before we fix the top table down and put that in. To make sure that these battens don't move, we're going to screw them down with some 2.5-inch screws. But first of all, I need to make a pilot hole. So we'll put a hole in the middle of the batten and then change over to a more appropriate bit for the screw. Grab a screw, and that's it, job done. And then we've got to do that 3 on this side, 2 there, 3 on that side, 2 there, and 3 in the centre. As we can see here, that's it, fully secured down. So all the battens are now in place, all the way around. Next job, tidy up and get the top secured on. So what I've done now is I've put on a bit of a backboard just so that I can prevent the trains from falling off the back of the base when they're running around. So next job I'm going to go ahead and do is fix down the baseboard to the beams. So a little bit more done off camera because I just didn't have enough room and hands to be able to hold everything. So the back board is on. I've secured down the top. This can easily come off just by removing these screws, which I will do for wiring.
If you want to follow along, give me a like and subscribe, where we'll see in the next video laying some cork ready for the arrival of the track. Thanks so much for watching.